Well, an update now from the family of a Canadian being held in an Egyptian prison. Yasser Ahmed Al-Baz is in custody after being detained at the Cairo International Airport nearly a week ago. Let's bring in Arthi Pole. She has been working the phones on this story for us today. So we have spoken with his daughter. What is she saying right now, Arthi?
Well, we are getting confirmation, and that is through her daughter, through the family, through his daughter rather, through the family itself, saying that he has been in touch with his lawyer out in Cairo, but he is also being detained in a prison there, the Torah prison, in fact, something that you referenced off the top of the show. And what we know is that he's also been questioned by state security prosecutors office. The Canadian embassy has also been in touch, and consular services are being used here in order to try and get some help to Yasser Ahmed Al-Baz. In terms of how this all transpired, we know that he went to leave Cairo at the international airport, and it was at passport control that essentially he was sat down and his passport was confiscated and he was taken away. He was detained. There is a look at where the prison is, and of course we know that he was detained at the airport itself, and part of the real concern for the family is the prison that he is being taken to. His daughter Amal says she has grave concerns about his treatment while he's being kept at Torah prison. Here's a listen to what she had to say.
Torah prison is the worst prison in Egypt. It is notorious for its human rights violations, horrific conditions. It holds thousands of prisoners without charge. So our father's safety is a great concern right now. He will be in Torah prison until Tuesday. So our biggest plea to the Canadian embassy is to try to get in touch with him and visit him in prison to make sure that his conditions there, are up to international human rights standards and that he is okay. And, we'll be waiting for an update on that.
And what we do know is that there have been other Canadians who have been detained at this particular prison, Tark Lubani and John Grayson. That was back in 2013. Their description of being detained here, and that was for nearly a 2-month stretch, they said that they had no phone calls, little to no exercise. They were sharing a 3 by 10 meter cell with 36 other political prisoners sleeping on the concrete along with insects. That was their account of staying in this particular prison, which is why, of course, the family now of Yasser Ahmed Al-Baz is so concerned. Now, speaking of global affairs, we have reached out to them. Here is what they had to say to CBC News, that they're aware that a Canadian citizen was detained in Egypt, but due to provisions of the Privacy Act, no further information could be disclosed at this time, Michael.
Okay, so that's what they're saying right now, although we've gotten a lot more information from the family. So tell us more about Yasser Ahmed Al-Baz. What do we know about him?
Well, we know that he is a 51-year-old man, his family living in Oakville, Ontario, and he's a businessman, and he was actually traveling to Cairo for business, and he founded and operates an engineering company, and he was also on the board for a mosque in Oakville and is known within the community. His family says that he's a prominent member of the community, very active in charitable organizations. And also they say that he's traveled to Cairo so many times. He's traveled to Egypt numerous times without any incident. So even the lawyer, they say, is calling this a very bizarre detainment. And again, they are urging the Canadian government to put more pressure in Egypt in order to free their father, their husband, grandfather as well. They are quite concerned.